Welcome to the Poor Man's Retro Game Room, and today I want to share my top 5 favorite original Doom ports that were ported to a home console. Back in the day, Doom was extremely influential, and it has been throughout the ages of video games. It has been extremely influential to the video game industry. Been a lot of copies of Doom and Doom 2, and it put that first-person shooter genre over the moon. I mean, if you played any PC games back in the day, you know how many first-person shooter games came out, and even on the consoles back in the day. So yeah, we were bound to get several home ports of the original Doom. And today I'm going to give you my top 5, so I hope you enjoy my top 5 versions of Doom for home consoles. Doom for the 32X. The Sega 32X version was actually the very first console version of the original Doom to release to the public. It was released about a week prior to the Atari Jaguar's version of Doom. And a lot of people say this one, the 32X one, was rushed to market, and I kind of agree with them. It's an excellent playable version of Doom, and it is a lot of fun. There's 24 levels here for you. There's a few minor things that kind of detract from this version. The bordered window, which you're viewing out of, which honestly I got used to pretty quick. And one of the main things is that they did not use the Sega 32X for the soundtrack for Doom. They did that on the Genesis. So the Genesis version does have music, but I turn it off because it grades on me after a while. I would rather play it without the music. And actually that kind of gives it a little more of a creepy feel. And if you've played Doom on the Atari Jaguar, you will know that that version does not have music. So, yeah, I would rather have a good soundtrack, but I would rather turn the music off on this version. The version is very playable, very fun, and has a great frame rate. It runs smooth. And if this is the only way you can play Doom, man, you're doing good. So that is why the Sega 32X version of Doom has earned its spot as the 5th best home console version of the original Doom. Doom for the Atari Jaguar. Oh yeah. Doom for the Atari Jaguar is an excellent port of Doom, and is one of my favorite ports. It's the most nostalgic to me because this is the very first Doom game I played. It was amazing, man. Going to a store that actually carried Jaguar games back in the day, the clerk there said, Doom is the hottest selling game that he had in stock right now for the Jaguar. So I grabbed it, took it home, and was just blown away. I did not hear any news about Doom. It just wasn't on my radar until I played it, and man, it totally got me. I was totally sucked into this game. This is a great version of Doom. As you can see, it's full screen. Great frame rate. There's a few less levels than the PC version, but there's also 2 unique levels. Some of the very cool things about this version is there is actually monster infighting. You can sneak up, so there's the backward animation for all the monsters. And those couple of things there were missing from the 32X version. So you got all of that in the Atari Jaguar version. This is a great version, and I will tell you that, the capture card doesn't do this game justice. It looks amazing on a CRT TV. I would recommend this game. If you have a Jaguar, it's a must-own, in my opinion, just because of what a great port it is. They did an amazing job, and this really cemented the Jaguar into my memory and made it such a nostalgic console. This version of Doom absolutely earns the 4th spot in my top 5 favorite Doom console ports. Doom for the Sony PlayStation. We already talked about 2 great home ports of the original Doom. But in 1995 everything changed because Doom for the PlayStation was released. This release included Ultimate Doom, and that had 28 levels. Then it had 23 levels from Doom 2 and 7 original levels. It also featured multiplayer via the PlayStation System Link cable. So you could link 2 PlayStations together and play multiplayer. Of course, it had the infighting, the monster infighting. You could, have the backward part of the monster was animated, so you could sneak up on a monster just like Doom Jaguar. And it did use Doom Jaguar's port for this one, but it took it to another level. The graphics are amazing in this game. There's colored lighting, so as you're moving through corridors and into different rooms, you'll be seeing different colored lighting that lights up the room, and it's just very, very cool. Back in the day, they called it ambient lighting. So, very cool. They added a lot of color. The game plays exceptionally well, very smooth. It is one of my favorite ports of Doom to play even to this day. Yeah, it stands up really well, and on the back of the box, John Romero actually said this is his favorite port of Doom. So if you haven't played Doom for the PlayStation, I highly recommend trying it out. The original Doom contained on the Doom 3 Collector's Edition for the original Xbox. In 2005, we got yet another port of the original Doom to a home console. And this time, the port was based on the PC version of Doom, not on the Jaguar build. And it transferred, in my opinion, very, very well to the Xbox. I mean, if you think about it, the original Xbox, when it came out, it was kind of like a gaming PC that was connected to your TV. It had a lot of great games, and it had a lot of games that came from the PC to the Xbox that couldn't have been run on any other console at that time. In my opinion, I have not seen anything that's different in the Ultimate Doom or Doom 2, included on the Doom 3 Collector Edition disc, that's any different from the PC. I've heard that the music's a little slower. I mean, come on. I can't tell any difference. It plays great, great frame rate, looks great, and it is amazing to play Doom with 2 thumbsticks, one moving you forward and backwards and moving you around, and the other one you're able to strafe with. Yeah, I mean, it takes it to another level, and to me it's just like having the PC version at home. It looks great, plays great, sounds great, everything. I cannot complain about this version of Doom. And I'll tell you, the Doom 3 Collector's Edition for the original Xbox is extremely cheap, and there's a whole lot of value in that disc. So if you haven't picked that up and you have an original Xbox, and I haven't checked the backward compatibility on Xbox 360 actually, but it's a good pickup for your original Xbox for sure. The original Doom contained on the BFG Edition of Doom 3 for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And here we are at number 1, and my favorite, and I think the very best port to a home console of the original Doom is on the Doom 3 BFG Edition for the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. Basically identical ports. Ports from the PC version, excellent resolution. You can play these on a CRT or an HD TV. The price is extremely cheap, and you get a ton of value. You get the Ultimate Doom, you get Doom 2, and then you also get Doom 3 with its expansion packs as well. And Doom 3, you know, it made some quality of life changes to that game. So this is just an incredible value and an incredible collection. And, you know, everything, in my opinion, looks great on this game. It looks exactly like the PC. The frame rate is just killer, man. I think it's 60 frames per second the entire way through. Really great way to play. The control seems to be a little better than the Xbox version, the original Xbox version. So it's a little tighter control, and you can adjust some of that stuff. And so, you know, once again, playing with 2 thumbsticks and able to strafe at will and just run through these levels at a frantic pace like I used to on the PC is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it has to be this version of Doom as the best home console port of the original Doom. Absolutely. If you haven't played this, again, extremely cheap, great value. I highly, highly recommend the BFG Doom 3 version for the Xbox 360 or the PS3. Well, there you have it, my 5 favorite home console ports of the original Doom. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider giving it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me, and I do hope you have a great and safe rest of your day.